Destiny, oh Destiny. I don't even know where to start when it comes to talking about Destiny 2. But the fact that I can say how disappointed I am. And Destiny is actually one of the toughest videos that I ever think of doing. Because as soon as I want to make a video talking about it, I'm either, I guess, angry, and I know it's going to turn into a rant video or a bashing the game video, and believe me, there are so many YouTube videos out there like that. And then there's other days where I'm kind of like, I don't care enough about Destiny to even do a video talking about it, because I don't care, I don't play it anymore, so it's whatever. But obviously, it's still a series, franchise type of game that I was really into, and I care about to a certain extent. I do care, like, how the game progresses and gets better, so I always have my ear out for new news, new information coming out of that Destiny Bungie camp. But most of the time, I just let it pass. I go in one ear, it comes out the other, because the following week, usually there's some bad news or something. So, it's pretty bad. So like I said, I'm a big, like, Destiny fan. I've been playing the first one forever, since day one, beta. Well, actually, not the first beta, like the open beta. But, either way, I played it on multiple platforms. I played it for hours and hours on multiple platforms. And even though I didn't buy this game, Destiny 2, I'm game sharing, I enjoyed the campaign. I was going to pick it up as soon as I saw it in a deal, and then Tim picked it up, and I was like, cool, I'm going to try this campaign. Even though I wasn't happy with a lot of other stuff I was hearing, I wanted to try it for myself. Campaign was really good. Obviously, at the time, it was like, oh, this is awesome. But now that I'm seeing it from a further point of view, I'm like, oh yeah, it was pretty good, I liked it. Obviously, there was way more to that was missing. Things that were mentioned in the first game, but I'll get to that later. But yeah, besides that, Destiny 2 overall doesn't feel like Destiny. Even though it looks like Destiny and people like to compare it to the first one, it feels different. When I play it, it's not the same. It feels like a different game, it plays slower, it plays... I don't know, it's just not as fun, it's not as interesting to me. Maybe I'm just tired of the grind, because I did a lot of that in the first game, so maybe I'm just kind of like, I don't care to do that now, whatever. And plus, it doesn't feel worth it because of Eververse, and I think we all know about this. So, in a way, I rather worry about grinding for a reason than just grinding for engrams. And I know a lot of people that feel the same way. So, besides that, they've had so many issues, even around the DLC, which you would think positive would come out of that, negative. A lot of negative articles are coming out of this game, very disappointing. So every time I think, oh, maybe this time it will be better, this DLC's coming out, so maybe I'll go back into it. Never happens. Whenever they have events, it always has issues. Something's wrong, something's not working, and they're having issues right now with the rally stuff, so faction rally. So that's another thing. It's like there's always some kind of issue, whether it be gun, whether it be the way that things are unlocked, whether it be tokens, whatever. It's really disappointing when you see that most of the time when it comes to Destiny 2, they need an update to fix the last update. They need some updates to fix other updates. It's pretty bad, pretty discouraging. Like I said in the beginning, I'm really disappointed. The whole issue that happened around the DLC as well, when they were locking players out of things, and then they were like, oops, my bad, we fixed it. That's something that they should have known from the start, since they went through this mess in the first game. It's like they don't learn. It's like these are new people making this game, because a lot of the issues that they're having, they had in the first game. So you would think they would learn their lesson, but I digress. So yeah, there was like a paywall on that. Heroic Strikes, which were in the first game, only certain people can play that now, so that sucks. And I don't even know where to start, because I know I already started, but I don't know, like, what to point to because there's just so many issues left and right. So yeah, the fact that they're still having issues, that's pretty bad. The fact that they have really bad communication with everyone because most of the time they don't even tell you when they do change things or when they nerf things or whatever the case may be, or they're having issues with their XP. They tell you after the fact. After somebody finds it, then they talk about it. So there's really bad communication on their part. And you would think that you would show respect to the community that was there for you in the first game, that went through all the bad and still stuck with you. Still had events because of the whole Destiny con or the Guardian con. Like, people were still loving the game even though you had issues, and they waited and they waited. They waited for those issues to get fixed. Every DLC, it got better. And they kept working on it because they knew there was something there. There was something to this game that they were interested in, and they were just going to wait it out. And now 2 comes out and it's like all over again. Not like, oh, we know what happened in the first one, we're going to start from there. No, it's like, hey, we're going to just have all these issues for you to complain about all over again. So that's really bad. So we don't know who to blame. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it's Activision's fault or it's Bungie's fault, but we don't know. But I guess in my opinion, when I think about it, yeah, Activision are assholes and they love money, and if anything, I would blame all the marketing trash to them, but I don't know. I feel like it's core. It's the Bungie. This is the core of the game that's different to me. So I would blame Bungie. But I know that a lot of people do feel otherwise because of Activision and their role on it and how they kind of push them and they give them deadlines and whatnot. So I do understand where that's coming from as well. I just feel like they don't learn anything. Everything that happened in the first game was kind of forgotten, and they haven't learned from what's going on. So I guess let's try to give them a benefit of the doubt, because they did release a blog post recently saying they're going to fix a lot of things, and there will be updates coming out, and they will be working on a lot of the stuff the community was complaining about, so that's good. But guess what? That's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. I know there's like one in particular that is coming at the end of the month. There might be another one that's coming out next month, but they're all separate, right? So it's not like, oh, we have 20 issues and they're all, and like 10 of them are going to get fixed. It's not like that. It's like one at a time. So you might as well wait till the end of the year when they have done most of them and the game is decent enough or playable enough, because I know that they're working on the multiplayer. So if you miss 6v6 or anything like that, or extra modes, they will be working on that, but that's not coming out right now. They will be working on the mods. I don't even think that one has like a timeline. I don't know if that one's going to be available at the end of the year, but they will be working on the mods, so they are going to be decent enough. And if they are completely, like, if they are better and you see a big difference in your weapons when you use your mods, that means they can't have them in Eververse anymore. But they did also say they were going to work on Eververse, and they were going to remove a lot of the stuff from that and put them within the game, which is what I wanted. That's how I want to unlock things within the game. You do quests, you do the lost sectors, you do your nightfalls and strikes and all that, and that's how you should get your gear, not a random loot box or kind of thing. Well, I'm not going to get into that anymore. But anyway, other things they said they were going to fix or add, which, by the way, this should have been there from the beginning of the game, was private matches. So they're going to have that. I don't know a lot of people that play it anymore, so I don't know how useful that's going to be, but good. Balancing weapons, good. Either way, when they say balancing weapons, that doesn't matter really, because usually when they tweak something, another gun gets messed up anyway. And that happened throughout the first beginning of the game. And it happened in the first game in general. So when you tweak one gun, like, all the snipers get messed up. If you tweak a shotgun, the grenade launchers get messed up. So, like, they gotta work on that. That's their own issue. That's coding. But they did say they might mess with where the guns are. So we might get shotguns and snipers back as secondary. That's another thing. Just more of a wait-and-see approach. And I know they got masterwork weapons, which I don't know how much of a difference that makes in the game. On the fact that they're hard to find or hard to get, I know they will be adding those to the exotic. Speaking of which, I hope that they're working on the freaking vault space, because at this point, it's just looking really embarrassing now. The fact that we had this issue in the first one, and it took so long for them to address it, and it actually became a running joke, and now they're having the same issue here. It's like, really? I think somebody compared or did some number crunching or something, and they said, like, out of 100 weapons, only 50% of them fit on the vault, or something like that, or items? I think it was 100 items. Either way, that's pretty bad. They need to work on that. And it is also just pretty embarrassing, the fact that the guy that made this game, Luke Smith, he's the one that actually did the most popular DLC in the first game, The Taken King. So I feel like he missed the whole boat. He missed the mark. He doesn't know what's going on. Maybe that's just too much for him to handle. But yeah, it is a team. They really need to address everything on here. Another thing they wanted to address was the lore. Somebody asked them about if they're going to add Ghost for lore, and they said they will, which I think is hilarious, because in the beginning they did mention how people will be complaining there's too much story, but yet they're still adding more. Yeah, that's pretty bad. By the way, we still have, like, missing answers from the first game, like, story-wise, but whatever. That's a story for another day. Let them focus on their marketing and all the figurines and pops and, like, energy drinks and Pop-Tarts and everything. They're good on that. They're good at spreading the word of Destiny too, but not actually the game itself. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below. Was I being a little bit too harsh? Are you guys still playing it? Are you looking forward to getting back into it? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.